One thing that's been said to me many times over the years in Wells and, other places too, but I'm going to speak specifically on Wells because that's what I'm relating to here, is Joey, you're the only one in town who's saying that. You're the only one in town, Joey. Joey, you're the only one, and sometimes that's true. And it doesn't necessarily make me wrong. There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen. Get on! Wow. I'll watch the video later. They try mopping this. Well, I'm the only one in town who lives there. I'm the only one in town who's got 2 left-handed children, who's also left-handed. I'm the only one in town who's played 2,000 shows of live music on the road. Sure, I'm the only one in town making weather forecasts. I'm the only one in town who has spent 1,000 days fighting wildfires and fires and working fire jobs. I'm the only one in town who has done a lot of things. Okay, I'm the only one in town who's chased tornadoes. Yep, that's true. I'm the only one in town who's probably climbed 100 mountains and more. I broke my 100 mark 15 years ago, and I kept climbing after that. I lost track how many mountaintops I've been on, either for work purposes or for life purposes. Joey, you're the only one in town who says that. They said way back in the day when I said to Frank Callahan, if you don't get your shit together, you're going to lose this mine and it's going to screw a lot of people. And he said, wow, no one else thinks that. Yeah, well, what happened, Frank? And hey, I'm still friends with Frank Callahan. He was one of those CEOs that did good things for us here. Some, he at least tried. So then, Joey, he's the only one in town back when Andrew was CAO of town. At first, he said Andrew needs to be fired. And I was correct. Eventually, other people said it too. And then Donna took over the office there, who's long gone as well. And I said, Donna's not doing a good job. We need to get rid of her. Oh, that was war. That was war. And people were like, oh, that's just Joey being crazy again. He's the only one saying that. Well, a couple of years went by and then everyone was saying it. Yeah. And then when we had HMC, the highways guys, plowing our roads in town here, our streets, and I said, they're purposely blocking people they don't like off. They're purposely targeting my house. They're purposely plowing me in. And I complained and said, we need to take over the running of our own plowing in town somehow, get our own equipment or contract somebody. And I was the only one who said that at first. Maybe John Aiken said it too. Fair enough. If he did, I'll give you credit for that, John. And I was the only one who said that. Fair enough. Okay, we can keep going on like this. How far do you want to go? I've ruffled the feathers around this town so many times, and so many times I've been the only one saying something. I'm the only one with 2 left-handed children.
Kenny! Hello.
Hey, kids. The list is long. It goes on and on and on like that. When Kate was the CEO of Barkerville and I started hearing people complain, I started hearing people say, that's it, I'm leaving town. Worked for Barkerville for 20 years, I can't do it. So I spoke up and said, this person needs to go. She's destroying something here that matters. She's come in and implemented her way, and it's not working for the community. And I was the only one who said that. And people like Todd, they were like, drive that loser out of town, who are connected to her. He's the only one saying that. But you give it till the next year sometime, and next thing you knew, almost everyone was saying it, and then she was gone, right? The only one he's saying that we're not ready for wildfire in this town. Like, we're completely unready to defend ourselves or make a stand. And people, well, he's the only one who thinks that. That doesn't mean I'm wrong, right? Just because you're the only one. In fact, your job as an artist, kids, is to be that person. That's your job. You want to be artists, I know, on some level. It's your job to make people uncomfortable. If you don't, your art is just like plastic ornaments. You as an artist, it's like your job to use your perception and your understanding and your vision and make people uncomfortable sometimes. saying things that are true and real. Just because you're the only one saying it doesn't mean you're wrong. As when people say, well, you're the only one who says that, but they kind of mean is you're the only one who thinks that. And what I found is it's not true. Is that generally if I'm saying it, a lot of people are thinking it, or things like it, and figure, well, it's not worth saying, or it's just going to make me look bad, or they're going to reap the, he said it! So actually this one kid comes from the, I'm not focused here, the 231 Orem limestone, I think is this unit. So you can see on the contact is some of the rainbow rock succession. I believe that is here, but it's basically a phyllite that's full of alterators. Then you have this little band of limestone here, that Orem limestone, and then in the middle you have this smoky quartz, and that smoky quartz and that limestone, that's where in Island Mountain a lot of the gold was found, was in that kind of a unit. So basically I spent like my whole life being the only one on a lot of things, you know. He's the only one who thinks that. He's the only one who does that. He's the only one who can do that. He's the only one who plays that. He's the only one who can do all those things. But you can see it has like some of that same kind of pyrite I'm talking about, that, you know, really tiny, massive pyrite. It's all rotten, so it looks like rust. All right, but again, same contact, same that phylitic contact, except this contact's a little harder. It's got more quartz. It's more of a quartzite. That's much the same. You can see how that limestone band almost connects right into the quartz. It's kind of like a diorite, or not a diorite, a dolomite. That's the word I was looking for. Diorite. That's igneous, silly. You know, that gives you kind of a feeling like I don't fit in, that you kind of just have to learn to accept, I guess, if you want to be true to your principles and values and your creative gifts that you want to give to the world. Be like, hey, you're all the same. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to get at you here is you're all doing the same thing just because that's what we do. That's what we think. You know, and it's really hard to shake people out of that. And don't get discouraged. Keep being yourself. Keep making things like you do. Limestone's main ingredient is calcium, calcium. That's mica. See it shining in there.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
And catching the sunlight and glittering. Micaceous, that's an alterator. So if I say, I think you have a mandate that you're getting funding for that you're not fully living up to, you could say, well, that's just you saying that and you're just mad, blah, blah, blah. Or you could say, well, other people probably think that too, first of all. B, just because he's the only one saying it doesn't mean there isn't something to consider here. And C, you know, the very basic point I was trying to make in regards to that last time I was told I'm the only one who's saying that around here, is that there's this basic groundwork that has to be done, this ground level work that hasn't been carried out. And the results are hurtful to people who've been involved and have staked a lot of their life and love into a project. Just because I'm the only one saying it doesn't mean I'm wrong, you know. And particularly when you're an artist, you're going to be the only one who says it, you know. And if you're the only one who's saying it in a group of artists, you got to look around at the group of artists and say, well, what's your art actually worth in terms of value to the future of the human species? You know, are we making art just to kind of create things and feel good about ourselves, or are we like creators because we're deeply compelled to build a different world than the one we're in right now? So be the only one who says things sometimes. I mean, not if you're completely wrong. No, then don't be the only one. But sometimes I know what I like on the channel is people who, I mean, I don't actually have a party that I vote for ever. Never really did. I'm not really a part of a party like that. I kind of voted different ways for different times. So I like when people don't just dismiss me like, well, that's just a crazy radical, that guy, you know, or he's just a liberal or something. It's like, well, no, I'm not any of those things. You can hear what I have to say. Maybe you'll learn something from it. But also when you have people on the channel who have different opinions, but still keep coming back and watching and share what they have to think sometimes. And maybe we banter a little bit about it. But I really appreciate them because they're people who prove to me that they don't need to live in an echo chamber to believe what they believe. You know, they can be the only one in a room that thinks a certain way and feel okay with it. And it's like, so most of our channel viewers are pretty progressive people. Then you have a few people who are like definitely diehard conservatives. And I love that you come on the channel because everyone's got to kind of deal with you, you know, whether they want to or not. You know, and if you're sort of respectful about things and you know, and we can just be friends, you know, it's like, we'll talk and just be friends. We have different points of view. That's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay that you're different. And it's also okay that my channel is different and that who I am is different, right? Maybe I'm the only one saying things often on my channel. Anywhere in your life, you're like, that's the only guy who says that, you know? Well, if you know that you were right about things, and even if, you know you're right, you know you have the evidence, you can prove it, you know, don't be afraid to be the only one. That's what changes the world. That's what, you know, Albert Einstein was the only one who understood relativity when he came up with E equals MC squared. Does that mean there wasn't value in what he had to friggin' say? So don't let anyone use that one on you. You're the only one who thinks that. That's it's a low-level gaslight that maybe people aren't intentionally, maybe not intentionally trying to hurt you when they say that or put you down, but effectively that's what it does, you know? So before you say that to somebody, and because I'm so used to hearing it, I don't get that upset about it. But that statement I heard yesterday just made me think like, yeah, I am the only one saying it. You know, that's sad.